Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace. Totally agree. So Marcus Browne flattens Natutu or something like that. But the good thing is that David Benavidez couldn't do it in the same arena. There's some controversy when Benavidez beat this guy. But that's the only storyline I have for you. He got him out of there in one, though. Marcus may be coming into his own. Matt, we've seen him struggle, I know, with Hot Rod from Florida. But since then, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's been pretty much all knockouts. It's probably,
I believe it is. I could be wrong, but Thomas Williams' fight was a knockout. This fight was a knockout. What other fight did he have since then?
I mean, it probably would have been good for you to type his name while I was talking.
Well, I mean, my bad. I thought you were the box rec king. I just think Marcus Browne, like you said, maybe coming to his own. He may be peaking. He's getting, to me, he's filling out more too. He seemed bigger. He seems has a little more mass on him. His boxing seems to be getting better. His speed hasn't been improving. His power is there. Plus that southpaw ability that he has, he can definitely give a lot of guys at 175 some trouble. Whether he beats the likes of Adonis Stevenson, Badu Jack, and the likes, I don't know yet. But I want to see him in those fights. Can you imagine him against Kovalev? Can you imagine him against Badu Jack? Like, those fights instantly, to me, are salivating. Like, those are amazing boxing fights that we could see in this year. And I hope it happens. I think Marcus Browne is at that point in his career where it is a title shot. There's no point in fighting these guys. This was here for you to get a quick knockout for the highlight reel. Keep you busy, give you a paycheck. But come on, Marcus Browne, you're ready for a title shot. Let's get the title shot, and let's see what you're made of.
Now, is it fair to be talking to Marcus Browne like, oh yeah, he's ready for a title shot, he's coming into his own, he's ready, whatever good praise we're giving him when essentially this fight or this time would have been used to be building up an even bigger fight, not necessarily one that he would have got the money per se that could have been attached to this fight if it happens a year from now. But definitely a fight that the hardcore fight fans know. And again, playing devil's advocate, not sure how many casuals would have cared about Oleksandr Gvozdyk versus Marcus Browne.
Gvozdyk.
Yeah, Gvozdyk. So I don't know how to feel, Matt. I guess I'm asking you to tell me how should not only myself, but the boxing fans that, were a bit let down. And I know they're hardcores that said, oh shit, Marcus Browne's in an eliminator with Oleksandr Gvozdyk. And then it's like, oh shit, he pulled out the eliminator. Oh, but now he knocked out whoever this guy is. So like, do we I don't know. It feels like a roller coaster. Should I have stood on?
I definitely understand why that Marcus Browne didn't take that fight with Gvozdyk. I definitely understand that. I think it makes sense why those fans feel that way. We want our contenders and our prospects or wherever you rank Marcus Browne in that category, we want them to face tough competition. Always. We always want that as a fan. We want to see the best fights as possible. And Gvozdyk versus Marcus Browne on paper was a perfect eliminator fight. Perfect. I agree with that. But that's not usually how this thing works out. Certain guys take other paths. Both guys have already
perfect no money, right? Like, let's be honest. Like, what I mean, again, if we're always gonna use Jamel Charlo and his defense versus Hatley at 100,000 as our gauge, what was Marcus getting to face arguably the toughest opponent till date?
I have no idea, and I would be assuming it's not that. I would be assuming it's not that on paper. It's 100K. Again, if the barometer is Jamel Charlo versus Charles Hatley, and the champ is getting only 100K on paper, I mean, again, this is boxing. Guys aren't making 6, 7 figures consistently. That doesn't happen in this sport. Sorry. But again, I think this fight to me is a fight that's gonna happen later. Gvozdyk versus Marcus Brown is 100% going to happen. It's not going to happen now. I think both promoters are smart to not make it happen now. You position both those guys for a fight against an established champion already. You want to put them against a Sergey Kovalev, a Adonis Stevenson, a Badu Jack who has some sort of prestige coming up a weight class. That's who you want your young, undefeated, potential next star in the division to fight, whether you're in Gvozdyk's team or in Marcus Brown's team. It's in neither team's interest for that fight. But I understand why the fans are upset it didn't happen. But regardless, both guys are contenders. Regardless of your opinion on whether Marcus Brown ducked or whatever your fanboyism is telling you, both guys are contenders at 175, Marcus Brown and Gvozdyk. And both guys could be champions in this calendar year.
So, Matt, in the last, 36 months, 24 to 36 months, maybe, or 36 to 48 months, we've seen, I guess, an emergence of the European fighter, right? Yeah. Ukrainians, Russians, everything from Pavatnikov to Lomachenko, Kovalev, Gvozdyk or Godchek, whatever you called them.
Gvozdyk. You don't pronounce the G.
Okay, Gvozdyk. They've all come with some sort of fandom attached to it. Lomachenko has some Loma fans. Kovalev, the Crusher, he had some people that were behind the Crusher. He was able to trademark his logo and create apparel. Usyk seems to be well received by the hardcore fans and boxing experts, HBO. Where's Godchek or Gvozdyk fall in all of this? I just want to try and gauge how right of a decision it was for Marcus and his team to get out of this I guess eliminator.
From what I remember, I could be wrong, but Gvozdyk is Russian and he has some sort of amateur history with Kovalev. Like they have some sort of beef or feud, I want to say. I could be wrong. But
it's not coming with this allure that maybe a Gennady Golovkin came with, or even
a Bivol. Like think about Bivol or who's the other one? God, why am I blanking right now?
Honestly, I think
Artur Beterbiev has some sort of prestige right now for the hardcores, right? Like the hardcores love Artur Beterbiev.
Actually, Beterbiev is the perfect example. I think that the mystique of what Beterbiev is supposed to be has lasted long. People still believe he's that guy, even though he's yet to prove it.
Very quickly, I got mixed up. Beterbiev is the one with history. Sorry,
yes, with Kovalev, they have about 4 fights.
And Gvozdyk is Ukrainian, not Russian. My bad. I'm mistaken. I don't understand why there is a difference there. Why some guys get that push, why some guys don't.
Because you got to look at a guy like Kovalev. He was self-made. It's not like he had the Lomachenko gold medals and the Igis Klimov. Well, he does have Igis. He does have Igis as a manager, but he was a different product. And they were still able to make him shine.
Kovalev seemed like a blue chip champion in a way. He seemed like you're just a guy that wasn't the best.
I don't know if that's the right word. Remember that many promoters turned him down. Top Rank turned him down before Duva picked him up.
How would that?
Blue chips usually don't get turned down. What are you about to say? How does that not make him a blue chip? Are you really about to go that route?
But blue chips usually don't get picked up, right? Are we under different definitions of blue chip?
Yeah, I thought blue chip prospect is someone.
Joe Smith Jr. is a blue chip prospect at one point.
I'm under the impression blue chip prospect means a guy that is nice.
No, I maybe I'm wrong about that. I feel like a blue chip is a diamond in the rough, like a guy that you don't see that all of a sudden comes into the
I had no clue that meant. I thought blue chip meant like he's official.
We could be wrong. We could be wrong. It doesn't matter. Rabbit hole. I think the reason that Gvozdyk isn't getting that. I think the reason that Gvozdyk isn't getting that shine for whatever reason is that he doesn't seem very vocal. Like, even though Kovalev is Kovalev, like you said, that he was sort of a workman-like guy in the beginning, he was talkative. Like, Kovalev could talk. You know, he was willing to communicate, whether it be.
That's right. He did always come for Adonis. Remember, he was like, Adonis, chicken son. You know?
And let's be honest, Loma is even, I think, really good at communicating. He has a very different way of communicating. You know, he almost has that Triple G smile in a sense. But those guys were communicators. They knew how to communicate their persona, their style in a way that other guys don't. Gvozdyk hasn't done that.
Exactly. You know, even Gennady, all those guys you mentioned branded themselves.
Absolutely.
Lomachenko is now Nomaschenko. Kovalev has become the Crusher. And we don't know what Gvozdyk is. Triple G is Triple G. He made those 3 letters synonymous. I mean, you and I were walking in the mountains in California, and a Mexican was like, "Hey, what up, Holmes?" Just because you had the fucking Triple G hat. He said, no, actually, he said, "Hey, what up, G?"
And he definitely pointed at the hat and gave a smirk. So I'm just saying, branding yourself and finding a way to communicate who you are. That's a very important thing, being able to communicate who you are. Because if the consumer understands who you are, they can connect with you. And that's how you become a star. You have more people connect with you.
Come on. We know how many of these people are listening, so let's hurry up and give Gvozdyk his name, his slogan. You know, Triple G has Gennady Golovkin, Triple G. You serious? You know, oh, tell your mom I said hi. That's his character's personality. Lomachenko now is Nomaschenko. Crusher, you know, he's got the same broken English, but he's like, I'm gonna kill him. He's a piece of shit. Chickenson. You know, so all that's known. What are we gonna do for Gvozdyk? How do you say his name again? Because I think we should go the God route since it's so close to God in his name.
Well, you don't pronounce the G actually, so
but I think that we should. We'd have to brand them.
So, like, if we're his marketing team, right? That's the hat we're putting on right now.
Absolutely.
Ooh. Well, he needs a fight on TV. Like, that's the one problem. Like, his fights have been on pay-per-view, off TV.
Can you say his name one more time?
Oleksandr Gvozdyk.
Oh, it's Gvozdyk.
Yeah, like a V, like Va.
And it's almost like dick.
Yes.
That totally doesn't work. See, I was hearing Gvozdyk for whatever reason.
No.
But it's nowhere near that.
No, it's Gvozdyk.
Gvozdyk.
Yeah, Oleksandr Gvozdyk.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to come back to that. Yeah, he gets no slogan.
He needs a big win, and then
doesn't have a bomb squad. See what I'm saying? Like, you have to. Keith has one time. Earl has the truth. Manny Pacquiao had Pac-Man. Floyd had Minnie, Pretty Boy, Money Mayweather. Like, you gotta get that.
His nickname is The Nail. Yeah, there's the issue there.
He's lucky that my soundboard isn't all the way back. I would have hit him with so many negative sound bites right now. The fuck, The Nail. Him and the Hebrew Hammer need to hang out together then.
One joke for the month, Nash. That was a good one.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, their internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingvoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.
No other sight in the game could see the boxing voice.